Hi there. My name is Emily Vell. I'm from Makwa First Nations in Loon Lake, Saskatchewan. It's on the northern part of Saskatchewan. And I have here with me my elder.
Miguans Gonsigason. My name is Joyce Cantry.
O-ka-na-wē-yī-chī-kē-wak is a term that we had a term that we use. I want my elder to explain what o-ka-na-wē-yī-chī-kē-wak means.
Aski means land. O-ka-na-wē-yī-chī-kē-wak means protectors. So Aski o-ka-na-wē-yī-chī-kē-wak means land protectors.
We chose this name because that sums up who we are and what our role is as Nihilwak and as Treaty 6 people. And that's protecting the land. So on behalf of Makwa First Nations, I am honored to be here with you today. We are both honored to be here with you today. And thank you to all who did presentations earlier on. Your expertise is very valued, and all the knowledge keepers that are out there that share your information, I thank you very much. Our project will bring elders, community members together to talk and plan out regarding wildfires and how wildfires affect our nation. Elders will share their knowledge about the land, safety, and past experiences, and we'll use that as a guidance to shape a plan for reducing fire plan risks.
Sahgaiehcan is a signatory of Treaty 6. It is also a location of the 1885 Northwest Resistance of Mr. Makwa, Big Bear. We understood that Treaty 6, as taught to us by our elders, was an agreement to share the land, not to cede, yield up, and surrender the land and our rights. We take our responsibilities to each other and the land seriously. Today we have approximately 1,950 to 2,000 nation members. Sahgaiehcan is represented by our elected chief and council, to work to advocate for our nations and to make sure that our nation members are protected by including the elders in every department and the decisions that are made. As Sahgaiehcan First Nation, we have our own governance, laws, kinship system, culture, language, and our way of life. And we are really rich and still in our ceremonies. Makwa is strong in keeping the cultural traditions and practices, our rights guaranteed under Treaty Number 6, Section 35 of the Constitution Act and the Natural Resources Transfer Agreement, NRT.
Our elders, community members, and chief and councils are very interested in getting more involved in the wildfire mitigation efforts and informing what we need to do to protect ourselves and the land around us. We are surrounded by forests. This is approximately where Sahgaiehcan is. So as you can see, this is all forestry all around us. So anything that happens if we have forest fires around us, we're deeply affected, as within our communities up north. We because of the concern of the impact of wildfires, we will continue to have that continues to have on our health, safety, and our First Nation members, and overcoming the years, especially the impacts, especially when our neighbors are the ones that are being impacted. Not too far away from Sahgaiehcan, we have a nation, Canoe Lake Narrows. I don't have the permission to use we have neighbors who are deeply impacted by the wildfires. The whole community was displaced. And it makes me really sad because elders had to leave their homes, the only place that they knew. They had to go to cities, they had to go to urban centers, they had to go to Moose Jaw, they had to go to Fort Saskatchewan. They were placed in different areas. And that totally impacted them. And I also had some people come into my yard because of being displaced. They were not allowed to go back until a month and a half later. They were not able to do the traditional things that they practice. And I'm going to get my elder Joyce to talk about the traditional practices that they were unable to do during this time of the wildfire.
Because of all the fires that were surrounding our area, there were fire bans all over. We weren't able to have our sweat lodges, which we need. We need that fire to heat up our rocks for us. So we weren't able to practice our ceremonies practically all summer. I come from a very rich ceremonial community. We have all our ceremonies. We still practice all our ceremonies. And a big part of our ceremonies is the fire.
Here we have a young man from my community. His name is Sebastian. Oh, sorry. His name is Sebastian. And he's 19 and he's one of the firefighters. And he's a new firefighter this year, along with his dad over here. So his dad is raising him up to be a firefighter, as his dad is one of the chief ones in our community. We only have 5 people that went out to in the north to go fight the firefighters from our community. We wish we had more, but I really thank Mexico for bringing their firefighters to save our communities up north. And I thank Mexico for all their hard work, all of their diligence, and the stories that Sebastian came back with. Sebastian was able to tell me that his friends were saved. He had two friends out there, and he noted they were saved by a woman. So to me, that's so touching. But to see him come back home, really tired, but yet still wanting to visit us. So those are stories that impact us. Plus having other impacts that directly affect, because Makwa within the Cree culture is very relational. We have kinship ties all over. So anything that affects up north, especially when whole communities are displaced, we are affected. In some way or another, we are affected. Well, we're concerned about the wildfires in our immediate and areas in surrounding our reserves. We're also concerned about the wildfires in the treaty-wide basis throughout Saskatchewan because, like I said, this affects us all. Our project, o-ka-na-wē-yī-chī-kē-wak, is about learning from our elders and knowledge keepers in different departments. Our focus is to gather knowledge about wildfire risk, concerns, and how they keep our communities safe and healthy. We also want to build our nation's ability to respond to wildfires by bringing together Indigenous teaching and Western science, and most importantly, knowledge keepers. Because knowledge keepers come in different forms, and they have knowledge that I wish we can all gather together and record and keep. We want to know that we know that Canada's facing drought and wildfire seasons. It's hotter. For Makwa, this is not just a national issue. It's a community safety issue that touches our homes, our lands, our way of life. We are relational people. We felt the displacement of our neighbors and the effects of the displacement of whole communities. And when you move a whole community into different areas, everything goes along with that. Every little single thing that goes along with that. The problems within the community, the knowledge keepers. There's so many effects that happen within the community. Our project, o-ka-na-wē-yī-chī-kē-wak, will work together with directly with knowledge keepers from our community, but not only our community. We are hoping that we'll gather information from our neighboring communities in order for us to have a plan for safety, and especially how it affects our elders, and for the safety of everybody else.
If you have any questions, you can ask me after. But I have teachings about the fires, so and understanding the spirit and the relationship we have with the fire.
Hi.